Hi, I'm Kristen Eykel. I've been a certified hypnotherapist and a Reiki master teacher and yogi for the past 25 years. But in the middle of all that, I was also a successful television host and successful model all around the world. And one of the things that my career in the spotlight really taught me was that stress and anxiety led to negative effects in my body. I was so stressed. I couldn't sleep. I had anxiety attacks. I had panic attacks. I couldn't eat. In fact, I was starving myself for work. There were a lot of stresses that came into an international career of changing time zones and changing clothes in different environments that took a great toll on my body, my mind, and my spirit. When I found yoga and meditation at the age of 21 years old, it literally changed my life. It's not that I quit doing everything that I was doing before, it's that I began to incorporate these new tips and tools and practices into my daily life that made a difference in how I responded. Eventually, I became a yoga teacher, and I now share the practices that I've gained through yoga, meditation, and mindfulness with my students worldwide. And I want to share some of those with you, because most of the people that I talk to think it's really difficult to learn how to meditate. So I'm going to give you 5 strategies, little tips, tricks, and tools to help you learn how to meditate easily, and in fact, let you realize that you're probably already meditating, but you didn't even know it. Most people tell me that the reason that they don't meditate is either it's too hard, they don't know how to do it, their mind wanders too much, or they just simply don't have time. Well, I'm here to dispel that myth because I know that you do have the time, but what you need to do is change the habit of what you're already meditating on into something more powerful and positive. But you might be saying, but I'm not meditating. Isn't that the problem? The thing is, you actually are meditating, but you're meditating on things that don't serve you or that have caused you to feel the unwellness, unhealthfulness, and unhappiness that you're currently experiencing. So let me give you an example. Studies have shown scientifically that people who meditate even as little as 20 minutes a day report more happiness, greater job satisfaction, greater physical satisfaction. They have less trauma, feelings of pain or injury or anxiety or suffering. They sleep better. They have less incidence of worries with cancer and HIV and all sorts of other fibromyalgia, all sorts of other issues that have plagued their physical body simply because they've learned how to meditate and override not just the feelings of the painfulness in their body, but to override the mechanisms that cause the painfulness to be in place in the first place, right? It seems like a magic pill. The great thing is you can learn to do this too. But you might be saying, I don't really have time. And that's a common thing that most people say, oh, if I had 20 minutes every day just to sit and meditate, my life would be different. Well, I'm here to show you how you can take those 20 minutes and find them throughout the course of your day. So, ready to get started? Here we go. Number 1, your first thought in the morning. So, every time you wake up in the morning, you're lying there for a moment before you come to consciousness, you have an ability to wake up in a different way than you might have woken up in the past. For example, do you wake up, hit the snooze alarm 25 times, go back to bed? Okay. Or do you hit the alarm, leap immediately out of bed and go rushing around into your life? Okay. I'm going to have you switch that dynamic and I'm going to have you set your alarm 5 minutes earlier than you normally would. Now, you're not going to get up 5 minutes earlier. You're going to still get to be in cozy bed, but you're going to set the alarm and you're going to cause yourself to come into wakefulness a few moments earlier than you normally would have. What are you going to do with that wakefulness? Are you going to just like snooze it out and just go unconscious? No. What you're going to choose to do is to utilize that moment to recognize how comfortable, safe, and peaceful you feel. That's it. Just take those moments. I don't need you to build the Eiffel Tower in your head. I just want you to take those moments and recognize what's going on in your body at that time. What does it feel like in the bed? The shape of your pillows, the breathing of your spouse. What's your body been going through? Did you have any dreams? And just take those moments of mindfulness before you get out of bed. You're already in bed. You haven't gotten out yet. You do this every single day. So you can take that moment and you can repattern it to a new positive habit. The other thing too is the energy that you wake up with every morning is the energy you're going to carry with you for the rest of the day. So if you keep hitting the snooze button, you're going to be sleepy and like hitting the snooze button on your life all day. Do you see how that works? Or if you leap out of bed crazy out of your mind, you're going to stumble, spill coffee, stub your toe, driving late. You're going to be out of your center. So taking those moments to find a place of peacefulness and center is going to benefit the rest of your entire day. And it just took you a couple of minutes. So that's number 1. Number 2, you brush your teeth at least twice a day, right? Hopefully. When you take that time to brush your teeth, what are you thinking about? I guarantee you're not thinking about the health and the beauty and the vitality of your teeth. Most likely you're thinking about something you woulda, coulda, or shoulda done differently. Something that you haven't finished, that thing you want to remember, something else, some random thought is going through your head when you're in the act of brushing your teeth. So I'm going to have you take that moment of brushing your teeth and turn it to a positive, empowering moment for you. So when you're brushing your teeth, bring yourself into the consciousness of, what does the toothpaste taste like? What does the feeling of the toothbrush in your mouth feel like? How grateful are you that you have teeth to brush at all? And how grateful are you that you have the opportunity and the luxury to be able to take care of your body? Turn that short moment, that 2-minute moment of self-grooming into actual self-recognition and acknowledgement. And if you like, look at yourself in the mirror and thank yourself for taking such good care of your body. It's a small practice. And if you feel self-conscious looking at your own self in the mirror, then I've got deeper programs that'll help you to deal with that, because that's a whole other layer of helping to own and recognize yourself that I'm really an expert at working with, because I think it's really important that we own, love, acknowledge, and recognize ourselves for what we do, who we are, and how we're a contribution in our community. So, you've brushed your teeth, you've woken up powerfully, you've given yourself that acknowledgement. What's number 3? Well, every day you eat, right? Or prepare food for other people to eat. In that moment of either eating or preparing the food, connect with what's going on with nourishing yourself. Now, I'm not just talking about nutrients and fiber and calories. I'm not actually talking about that level at all. I'm talking about the sense of nourishment, which is a little bit different than just consuming, right? So you can just eat something and have no knowledge of what you've even eaten before in the past. Or you can actually acknowledge that what you're eating is nourishing for you. So give yourself something nourishing. Maybe it's a cup of tea. Maybe it's 1 bite of chocolate. I'm not saying eat the whole box. I'm saying have an acknowledgement attached to the eating of something that makes you feel delicious, yummy, and satisfied. And know that you have lots of ways to nourish yourself. Some of them are with food, some of them are with conversations, some of them are with other people. But whatever those ways of nourishing yourself are, acknowledge them and give gratitude and thanks for that. That is a way to meditate upon the food that you're either sharing or consuming that will cause that food to have that vibration of nourishment more than just sustenance, right? And then you've given yourself that positive affirmation for your well-being, right? Like that. The 4th thing, generally throughout your day, you interact with other people. Maybe it's with children, other adults, people that you work with, people that you love. I would like you to find the person that you hug next, whether that's a deep, close relationship or it's somebody casual, and take that moment in that exchange and be present to that other person. Be present to your heart, be present to your breath, and be present to a simple moment of giving in that embrace some tiny measure of well-being to that other person. Think of it as a love exchange. It doesn't have to be a huge, dramatic experience. You don't even have to tell them you're doing it. But in your own being of acknowledgement of when you're hugging and embracing that other person, feel their body under your hands, feel their proximity next to you, and feel what happens when from your love you get that little squeeze in your heart of gratefulness that this person thinks highly enough of you to let them into your energy space and for them to let you into theirs. That's a gift and that's a blessing and that's something to be grateful for always. And of course, the 5th and the final one is, as you lay yourself down to sleep, what is the final thought of the day? That moment we oftentimes spend in rehashing the negativity of the day. Again, the woulda, coulda, shouldas, all those anxiety-producing moments of things that we never kind of cleared up or alleviated the day, that laundry list of things to do tomorrow or somebody to call or, gosh, I really wish I would have done that differently. Instead of having that moment right before you go to sleep and sleeping in that energy, because again, what you wake up in is what your day looks like, but what you go to sleep in is what your night looks like. So if your sleep is punctuated by irritability or restlessness, or you have insomnia, or you just can't quite get comfortable, take a few moments before you go to sleep, clear out the laundry list, either make a literal list and put it to the side. I use a voice recorder because my eyes are already closed and I want to turn the light on, and I just get the thoughts out that way. I turn it off, I put it away. And then I take that moment of once again connecting with how good it feels to turn off the day. Because in that moment, I'm not going to call my kid's school to ask about the thing. I'm not going to write a note to my accountant. I'm not going to do those things. So thinking about it is pointless. Once I've already reminded myself that those are things I need to do the next day, and I allow myself to simply have the luxury of enjoying what it feels like to be cozy and safe and quiet. That my body is peaceful, that my house is peaceful, that I am peaceful. And I take that moment of recognizing it. I also personally like to give gratitude in that moment. I give gratitude to this body for walking me through my life. I give gratitude to the people that I did hug and the family and friends I did get to share meals and communion with. I give gratitude that I'm able to take care of myself and take care of my community. And in that moment of having that connection to that gratitude, that sense of feeling, safety, and joy, then fall asleep. You've now given yourself 5 distinct opportunities in each and every day to not only repattern the negative thoughts that you've had, but to charge them with a more positive or at least a neutral thought to mitigate some of that negativity, alleviate some of that anxiety, stress, worry, fear, and concern. Generally about stuff that doesn't matter anyway. It's not the right time to do it anyway. You're not going to do anything when you're brushing your teeth, right? So when you're brushing your teeth, brush your teeth. When you're eating, eat. If you're hugging, hug. And when you're going to bed, feel the peacefulness of the turning the day off and relaxing. So, because I know that these tips are going to leave you hungry for more, I actually have a series of 6 Meditation for Elevation. It's this wonderful series that I recorded, and it's literally a 6-step program of individual distinct ones. You can do one over and over and over again, or you can do them all as a series, where you learn how to strip away those negative aspects that kind of keep you stuck or anxious or in that negative loop. And we actually go through a guided meditation, a workshop that I have with other people and with you to release those aspects so that you can go into a higher state of mind and feel yourself as serene, comfortable, and surrounded with that internal joy. Meditation for Elevation, the link is below. Join me there, and at any time, you're always welcome to connect with me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, or on my Twitter, and let me know how I can be of service to you. I'm Kristen Eykel, and thank you so much for spending your time with me. Satnam.